And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome Mr. Naveen Philip, Managing Director, Popular Vehicles and Services Ltd, to share their insights and reflections on this momentous occasion. Can we have a huge round of applause for him?
Good morning, everybody. A big thanks to NSE and SEBI officials and all people sitting in this room for making this historic moment for the Kuttukaran Group. Formerly led by both my uncles, Francis Paul and John Paul, we've reached this milestone after, I think, 85 years of travel. But the one person I miss here today is my grandfather, the late KP Paul, the founder of Kuttukaran Group. He instilled in us the courage to not lose hope, and I think Viral was mentioning that in our second journey for the IPO, and always be bold and go forward. I've read this poem by Rudyard Kipling, which is If, and each time I read it, I remember my grandfather, and one sentence from that: if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. And that philosophy that he instilled, which was carried through by my uncles and then to us as a third generation and all my cousins sitting here, I think that embodies the spirit of the Kuttukaran Group. My grandfather started this journey in 1939 with spare parts retail, and we were the largest spare parts retailer in the country, the length and breadth of the country. In 1984, both my uncles Francis and John took the decision to become a Maruti franchisee, and I think that was the next leap for the organization. And today, we are the largest servicing dealer for Maruti, and all of the brands put together, we've done 1 million vehicles. I think it's a huge round of applause to everybody on that. I had the good fortune of staying with my grandfather for 4 years during my engineering. Today, I say good fortune on hindsight, but those 4 years were terrible years. He used to ensure that I had to go to the workshop post my engineering. He used to ask me questions which I had not heard of. And then later when I passed, and today I would say that I would call him the KP Paul University or the Pilaten University as Kuttukaran Group calls them, because he taught me much more than my 4 years of engineering and 2 years of MBA. When we first embarked on this journey in 2007 to raise private equity and to grow this business, and in the board we were discussing as to how to grow this business and consolidate dealerships. The first person from the private equity, the chairperson of Kantar, George Joseph, who's unfortunately not here today, but the former CMD of Syndicate Bank and Canara Bank, have helped us grow this, along with Rakesh Bhutoria from Banyan Tree side, and I can't forget, but Sanjeev is sitting in one corner, but Sanjeev, in this journey to grow this business and to become a listed company today. This journey of IPO, I think the BRLMs, the legal team, the entire team have helped us and held our hands through this journey, without which it would not have been possible. So I can see the entire team there, and a big thanks to all of you here. The company has now touched 5,000 crores, 1 million vehicles of service, 60,000 new vehicles, and the journey has just begun for us. In this IPO journey, I would like to say, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it in NSE and I'm going to say it in front of the bankers, but I would just like to say that when we started this journey 2 to 3 years ago, and to this moment, I'm remembering Charles Dickens' quote: "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. It was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. It was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity. It was a season of light, it was a season of darkness. It was the spring of hope and the winter of despair." And the winter of despair actually happened between 12th and 14th when the markets crashed. But through all this and the emotions that ran around us, everybody in the team held strong, and two people, other than the BRLMs, who were there constantly on my side, John and Raj, to go through this journey and give me the support. Sometimes my voice breaks, so John and Raj will make up for the rest of the things that I missed out today. So it's an amazing journey which they helped me through it. The other thing that I would like to say is that we are a 10,000 strong company. All the chief executive officers of our company are here, of the various divisions. People who have completed 25 years and in the senior team are here. The entire IPO team is here. They represent the 10,000 workforce that stood behind us, and a big kudos to them too. Through this 8-month journey, 70 odd meetings of investors, hundreds of travels to Bombay, Hong Kong, Singapore. I think my wife never complained one bit, though I don't know what is going on in the back of my mind. I've never thanked her publicly, so I'm thanking her now. Our logo states, journeys with you, Kutukaran journeys with you. Our journey is just started, and since we are in the automobile field, this is a time to shift gears, step on the accelerator a little bit. But as my grandfather said, in Malayalam, I'm just saying a few words in Malayalam, I'll translate. Irunnatte kaalil nittan paadullo. That is, you have to sit before you stretch your legs. This is the start of a journey, and with the board that we have, with the next generation that we have, I'm sure this is going to go a long way. Another thing that my grandfather always held together was a family. And that tradition also continued with both my uncles. And the testimony to that close-knit family, that all their siblings, except for one who couldn't make it because of an operation, but all three sisters are here today and they took part in this entire function. So once again, a big thanks to everybody from the Kutukaram family as we step on to the next level and shift the gear. Thank you.